So let me use a simple analogy. Like you go to a restaurant here, the front view is what you see is the food, right? Like the old design and everything. But then you ask yourself, where's all this thing coming from, right? It's actually coming from the kitchen where they do everything, prepare. So that's how software too is. That's like the back end. You've seen the front end, you've seen the UI UX, but back end is where everything happens. The logic, the hard coding, the heavy work is from back end. So today now we'll use Python back end. Have anybody like used Python before? Okay, our UX designer has used Python. All right, let me just show you something very simple. Initially, if I wanted to like write this code, like for the backend, it can take, well, given the expertise, yeah, let's say I write it like in 1 or 2 days without like AI. But with AI, in 10 minutes, I'll be done, yeah? So now let's build, thank you. Okay. Is it on? What do I need to do? Is it okay? Yeah, sorry, while they fix it. For the backend, we'll be calling, as in like, OpenAI has like an API, right? So what we'll be doing is we'll be using OpenAI in our app, like we'll be using ChatGPT in our app. And how we do this is we call the API. Does anybody know what like API is? So API is application programming interface. So what it does is like, as OpenAI is here, we can use all their features in our app just by calling their API. Very simple, just like 5 lines of code, and you can like use whatever feature you want to use with OpenAI. So while they fix that, I'll show you in just like very few steps how we can call the API. Whatever you want, if you don't want to like a text to speech generation, you can call the API and to do it for you. If you want to like do a chat completion, like telling it, you have a conversation with it, you can just by calling the API. So sorry. Is it laptop?
Selecting. It's not saying it's good, it's saying it.
VS Code. So VS Code, ChatGPT, and the API. That's all we need to do. But I'm not writing like so many lines of code, probably like 200, but AI is the one generating it. And it's very fast. So just copy and paste and whatever. And if there are errors, there will be errors, yeah. But also show you how when you have errors, you can give those errors to ChatGPT and to refine it for you and then give you a better prompt, right? Okay. And please, I don't know, this shouldn't like take too much time. Just imagine that I am an absolute beginner. I don't know what to do, but I want to be like build the backend for what they've done. So what we'll do is, so what I'll teach you now is prompting. You see, this AI thing is just about prompting. You don't even need to know like what technology you're using. Just prompt it all and then gives you what you want. So let's go to ChatGPT. Let me cover this. So we tell it that I am an absolute beginner and I don't. Sorry, I think I have to drop so I can type faster. Yeah. So how do you put this up? Okay. And I don't know anything about programming, but I want to create a backend for an hospital site, right? Okay. For a hospital site. I want to use Django for the back end. Please, what technologies do I have? Sorry, what technologies do I have? Yeah, because it's like mostly written in English. Just need to know how the syntax is. That's all. Very simple. Unlike, let's say, C++, we have to do memory allocation, a lot of stuff. But Python is a very high level language. Everything's like happening on the ground. Just write your code and do it. Everything's like happening, right? So let's see. It says Python basics. Since Django is a Python framework, you need to become comfortable with syntax and data structures. Blah 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 blah. If after you can like read through this. But now to say, okay, create a simple yet very professional. So the key point is actually like see the way I prompt it. Yeah. So the prompting is the goal here. The prompting is the key stuff here. Very simple, yeah, professional web app. Using Django. So Django is a framework for Python that we use in backend. Okay. Yeah. So create a simple, yeah, it's very professional web app using Django uh, for a health service. Include every technology we would use in implementing this. Okay. I have like a prompt here I used before, so come here. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, I said create a functional yet simple Django web app that uses the OpenAI API. But I said we're going to like calling OpenAI API here to use their features. But I said like a chat completion features here. But before that, before we even give you this prompt, let's even see the OpenAI like reference documentation. Because now the first thing first, yeah, as a backend developer, you need to know about APIs a lot. So you need to like read about their documentations and how like they operate, right? So now we go to the API documentation. Just type OpenAI documentation. So yeah, this is the first one. I think like I've read through it already, but you can see there are like different models you can use: GPT 4.5, O3 Mini, GPT 4, and like they've even given us a code how we can call like this thing. So I could use just like how many lines of code? Just 9 lines of code. That's what we're doing, right? So let's go back to our ChatGPT and then send this prompt. And let's see the magic happen. Just make AI your best friend and be at the top. Why are we so quiet? Are we listening? Okay, okay, thank you. Okay. Yeah, so what I like doing is like I like splitting my screen. Yeah, I have my VS Code and this thing together. I like it a lot. Makes me work better. So yeah, I have my VLC. I did my Visual Studio Code there already. So now it says we first create a virtual environment. Yeah, this is it. Open your terminal command and run this. So open my command prompt. It's just on your Windows. You press Windows R, gives you the command prompt window, and then I'll teach you something. If you want to like go to like a project, like instead of going to like your normal files, and then instead of going to like this file here, thank you. This file, like this file explorer, coming here, opening whatever, whatever, can do it better on my command prompt. So what I do is I say cd desktop, then cd AI project, because this is where I have like my project, right? So now with this, my system is like targeted towards this particular folder. So whatever I do will be saved like on this folder, right? So I can check the files I have on this folder. Just type dir. Yes, I already have like because I was like test running my app before like I'm coming here. So they have like a health chart board. So these are the files in this particular folder. So instead of me doing it manually, clicking, when you tech bro, things are just faster with typing. So yeah, the next thing is it says we should do what? Should open command prompt and run this, right? So I'll do this. I'll just copy and paste it. Copy, paste. So why it's still running? Yeah, that's run. So press CLS to clear my screen. Then I go back. The next thing it says what? Activate the virtual environment. So we go back to my prompt. Sorry. Copy the code. Paste it here. But now this would not work. Let's see. Do you know why? Anybody has like any reason why it's not working? Because I'm on Windows. This prompt is for guys using Apple. Yeah. So the correct thing is I'll do env slash script. I know many people are like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Right? But then, just like for us not to waste time, I can just like give it to ChatGPT and be like, why am I having this error? So just for faster this, let me just do it here. Script slash activate. So my virtual environment is on. So the reason why I'm using a virtual environment is whatever we install. So having like in my global variable, like in my laptop, is only just stored on my dependencies. Like everything I install is only working for that project. So if I want to delete the project, I delete everything together, right? So now, the next thing is what? Say we should install all these things. I just copy and paste it to copy code. Control V, paste. So while it's doing that, it's working on the background. My Visual Studio Code, yeah, it's running already. Sorry, it takes time. Zero network stuff. Close this. So you see, since I've only just been following the steps ChatGPT gave to me, right? Yeah. So while it's installing whatever I need, I hold on. Sometimes just like put episodes and listen to my music. Okay. So what did you say? It said create the Django project and app. Start a new Django project. In your terminal, create a new project. Yeah, called health chat. So we copy the code. Go back to our terminal. Yeah. I'll do, who remembers what I'll do to clear my screen? Thank you. Do CLS. Yeah. And I paste this. Oh, paste anyway. Okay. So you see what this did is it started the health chart for me in my Jaguar app. And also like went to that health chart like in my file. So if I put my VS code now, this is already open there, like with code. So let's see. Let me put my VS code. VS code, yeah. What did we save it as? Health chart, yeah. So let's look for it. Yeah. So now we have a fresh site that we can use to work for our backend. Now, you know I created a virtual environment earlier, yes? So now let's go back there and put it into our app. Yeah, this env, copy it and paste it here. Yeah, okay. So now I have my two screens so you can see what I'm doing at the same time. So now the next thing is what? So I should do python manage.py start app chat, right? So we copy the code. But now instead of me, I'll stop working in my terminal, I'll start working in my VS code. So everything can just be like seamless and very fast. I bring the terminal up. Terminal is off. Then I do what? Activate my environment here because that's where all my dependencies are stored. So we'll remember as env slash scripts. So what I'm doing is I don't know if we can see, like if I hit tab, because that folder is in this particular file, if I hit tab, it's going to like auto complete it for me. But if it was not there, it's not auto complete. I have to like go and look for the file. And I press activate AC, then I hit tab, and then my virtual environment is on. So I copy this code and paste it. Yeah. So it has created an app for us. So if you come here, this is the chat app. So this is where everything will be happening. So these are our views. So this is what we'll see, what we want to call the API. This models is how your database is stored. Yeah, like how it stores like in database, the way it's going to like be stored in your database. And this admin is just like to register like your app. Okay. So let's continue with this. Says we should go to what? Open net chat settings.py. Then we come here, settings.py. We already have some code here. Said add the following apps to the installed apps. So look for installed apps. This, right? Yeah. And then so we should copy this. Then we copy this. And then paste it here. Then you save. Then we'll move on. Now for calling the OpenAI, we need an API key. Now this is very important. When you want to like work with APIs, what you need is a secret key. So that key is what authenticates you to like call the API services. Okay. If you don't have an API key, no matter the calls you make, it will return like an error because there's no key to authenticate like the user. So now to get API key, I already have my API key, but I'll just show you. To get an API key, just go to just type on Google get open AI API key. So I click here. Yeah, you see, I already have my API key. But let's say like you're a new person, you just come here and click create new secret key. Then you copy that key, and then you come to your ENV. But then let's see what ChatGPT told us to do. Okay. It said for security, it's best to use an environment variable for your OpenAI key. So what we do is we create a .env file. So now very important, when you are creating like your keys, you don't store it in like your normal settings.py or like in your normal, because people can like use that to like hack you or then do some things. So you put in your .env. So we want to like host it on GitHub. Yeah, GitHub doesn't like see the key. But then you want to like make any like transaction, it knows where the key is. It's just for like just to like secure you from hackers. Yeah, or people that want to like use your key to do something like that is not like very okay. So we create a .env file. Come here. .env. And then we copy this code. But remember, this is writing your OpenAI API key is a placeholder. You actually need to put the real API key. So I save it like my Gmail. So I'll come up my mail. Okay. Copy the O key. And then we'll paste it here. Then you save. Then the next thing says in your chat app, open a file named views.py. So we come here. This is the chat app, right? Open it. This is our views.py. What we'll just do is what? Copy the code and paste it. Then we'll move again. Say create a file, chat urls.py. Then we come, use our chat here. So we create another file. What is this should create? URLs. So urls.py. Copy the code, paste it. Said go to your health chat urls.py, which is this one here. Said copy the code and paste it. Now I still should do what? Run the application. So let's see. Let's see what we have so far. I'm hopeful there will be no errors. So let's see. Copy code, Ctrl V, migrate. Okay, it ran successfully. That's for the migration. Now let's run the app. So our app like ran successful. Now let's open it and see what we have been doing so far. The thing about backend is you don't actually like see a visual like representation here. But what I did is I used Swagger. Swagger is like an API documentation where you can actually like see what you're working on. Because for backend, everything's happening like physiologic and like happening on the ground. So you can't like really see what's going on except to like connect it to the front end. But with Swagger, you can actually like see what you're like working on. So we come here and our app is live. But there is an issue. Who can tell me what the issue is? We want to make a call to what? OpenAI to ask about health matters, right? But now, in this particular place, there is no place I can like put a query or like type what I really want. So if I click execute, it's telling me question is required. But then there's no place for me to like type in my question. So what do? I go back to ChatGPT. I'm like, hey, I don't have a query input. Oh, sorry. I don't have a query input for my post endpoint. Please solve this. Python is very easy. Like, it's very simple. It's just prompting. Oh, sorry. I said query. I meant. Oh, okay. Yeah, you see, the team missed a code initially. So that's why I said it's very good for you to have errors because that's what you use to learn. Because without errors, you think everything is fine until when you launch your app and then you're having, your app is breaking and you're like, what's happening? So you should create a what? A serializers.py. Then we'll go to our chat here, right? Create a new file. Call it what? Serializers.py. Serializers.py. Copy this code and paste it and save it. So I should update our views.py so I can call the serializers. Then we copy the code, come to views.py and paste it. What's the next thing? So now I should run our server again. So to close your server, because I've made changes, I can just easily come here and just do it. But I'll show you something else. If you want to like off your server, if you want to like break it, you just press Ctrl C. You can see that stopped my server. Then to start it again, I do Python manage.py run server. So our server is live, and then I click on it, come here, and I type Swagger. So we're using the Swagger for the API documentation. And voila, we have the parameter this thing now. So what question can we ask? Let's say I have malaria. What can I do? Hopefully there'll be no errors, but there's an error. And what's the error? It says you try to access OpenAI.chat conclusion, but this is no longer supported. And now, initially I said the first thing to do when you want to like call on APIs, you read the documentation. But because I know that this is not what we're supposed to use for documentation, I go back to the OpenAI documentation, which is here. And this is how I was supposed to like call it. This is how I'm supposed to call it. But look at what I have in my code. That's why I have two squares. This particular code here. You see it is calling it. It is different. In this particular response, it is saying OpenAI.chat completion. But it's saying what? Client.responses.create. So we change this thing, change it here to use the real model. So chat dot completions. That's great. And now the model is 3.5 turbo, but that's like an outdated model. So let's use a better one. Use GPT 4.0. So 4.0. Then save. Then go back to our this thing and execute. It says error again. Your OpenAI key, you can't find your OpenAI key at this. Okay. So what do? I copy this and I give it to what? ChatGPT. Why am I having this error? Did we change our API key? Did we change our API key? I don't think so. Yeah, we did. But this code was missing, this particular one. So let's go back to where we said our OpenAI this thing. That's in .env, right? So we come here. Oh, we have it. We have our key set here. But the issue is in our settings.py, we're not calling the OpenAI this thing. So we go back to settings.py and then we import OS, copy this code, and then paste it here. Control V. Let's run it again. Oh, okay. Import OpenAI. Okay. Uh, See the same error. Message incorrect API key provided. You open a key, you can find the API key. I think my API key is not correct. Let me see my Gmail. Copy the key again. Come here. Oh, this is where the issue is. Okay. See, this is the thing with programming. You keep asking yourself, where is the issue coming from? But then, when you come here, settings.py, if you check this OpenAI.api key, right, in settings.py, I was not supposed to call it like that. In Python, when you put dots, it means it is referencing a particular class. Yeah. But now I've already like defined my OpenAI key in .env as this, right? So I come back here, then I say copy OpenAI and Control V. Yes. So let's see if it's going to work now. See same error. So now let me give you what we can do. You copy this whole code, settings.py, go to ChatGPT, paste it, copy your .env file, paste it, On a normal, I'm supposed to like paste this my key because you can just like access me, but then it's for testing. So yeah, okay, okay. Then copy your views, and then you go to your Swagger documentation, copy the error, and give it to ChatGPT. Yeah. So let's see it creates magic. And eventually, when I go to like find out what's happening, it's just like a line of code. That's what's causing the issue. Okay, so let's copy our new views.py. Control S. Okay, go to our terminal. Okay, export. Sorry. Why is it doing this? So when you're having issues, you copy it again and do what? Give it ChatGPT. So the issue we've having since because it was giving us a Unix like command line stuff. So and we're using what? We're using Windows. So we go back to our command prompt, copy the code, and paste it. So yeah, now let's try our app again and see if it's going to work this time around. Come back here. Yeah. Okay. So now the thing changed my code and gave me the same thing that I changed before. So 4o, this is chats dot completions. Yes. Now let's type. This is very frustrating. Why do I keep having these little errors? Please fix this very professionally. Then we paste the error we had. So we copy this code, go to our command prompt, paste it. Yeah. Oh, test.py. Okay, sorry, Python. Okay. Now the good thing about this is you might feel that okay, this is taking a lot of time, but if you were to write this thing like line by line, we won't have even like written like a single file. So for every error you have, right? Why ChatGPT is like your best. For every error you have, you take the code, give it to it, and say, why is this happening? Then we go back here, paste the code, and then give it to it. Okay. So we'll be done now, and then we'll have questions, and we can also like refine how we like we're generating our stuff. Okay. CLS copy code. Control V. To code process using. Oh, sorry. PIP. Sorry, guys. Sometimes this is all you go through as a developer, but then it all counts because that's the joy in programming. Yeah. When we solve this, you see how happy you are going to get. So we copy this code, put it back here. Uh, Control V. Yeah, good. Okay. This value variable is not set. Okay, sorry. Set our variable. Finally, our app is working. Please clap now. So this is when you go through as a developer. You go through this. So now, but our response is looking. I said, how do I treat malaria? And it gave this response. Now, for the front end guys, this response is not it's not like very good because they have a standard how they like react with the backend. So now let's go back to ChatGPT and say I want my I want my response to be well formatted. So the format we use here in our company, we have like a format for like responses, which is successful, successful, the message and the data, and also I want the data response to have a format like symptoms, drugs, and any other better response you can give. So let's see what it does. So after this, we can now like ask questions and see how we can like better refine our response. But yeah, it's working. Let's see again what we can do. Can you die from HIV? Let's just what did you say? Say HIV itself does not directly cause death. However, if you're untreated or child don't get HIV, that's the you get the point now. Like the API is working. But let's watch ChatGPT is giving us. We want to like better prompt, like refine our prompts. Okay, while it's loading, sorry for the old this. That's what happens with coding. Do you have like any questions so far, please? Any questions? Any questions? It's Python. Any questions? I'll ask questions. Though. Okay. So if you want to like clear your screen, like what do we press? CLS. Okay. Want to create? Why do we create a virtual environment? Like why do we have like environment? No, well, we do that because that's where we store all our dependencies. So that whenever I want to like delete a particular file, everything with that file goes with it. Okay. So now it has given us our code. Hopefully it does not break. So let's copy and paste it. Chat views. What I mostly do is like when I use AI, yeah, like I always like use AI, but then I always check. We have how many lines of code here? 49 lines of code. So I copy everything and I paste, and it's a thing. So that means it gave us like a better distance. But remember, the way we call our API, ChatGPT is giving me something else. But because I've read the documentation, I know how to call it. So we change this again to small c dot completions. Then we change this one to GPT-4. You can even use O1, whatever you want. So we save this, and then, okay, it's giving, oh, I made a mistake, sorry. I didn't close it. Sometimes experience matters. Okay, so we reload this again, and then we come here. Um, how do I treat malaria? And yes, we have a structured output for how to like treat malaria. So it's saying it gave us the symptoms: fever, chills, headache, gave us drugs, and then advice and notes. So is there like any other thing like want us to like add? We can just like give the AI to do it. Anything. See now, like the reason why this is very structured. So for the front end guys, when they like call, because I just built like an API now for them to call. So if they call this API, this is the response they get. So they can tailor their models in this way, so they can have like a very good response too. But that one that I was getting earlier is just like the way AI will return it to you on your phone. But now it is structured very, so you can use this one now for like any app or any website. Okay. So yes, I hope. Sorry about the issue the right time, but then whenever you have an issue, copy the issue, give to GPT and tell it to like refine it for you. And yeah, we are good. Okay, please.
So you use ChatGPT's API. Does that mean that if I happen to use this app,
Yeah.
and I ask a question like ask about my name,
Yeah.
is it is it from ChatGPT that the response will come?
Yeah, it's coming from the OpenAI API. Yes, it's coming from the OpenAI API. And they have like different models, like I told you. But if you want to like know about the models, you go to their documentation. So they have different models because this particular model now there's some things it cannot do. But they have like better models that can like use like text to speech. You can say something that can like generate like the text, that kind of stuff. So yeah. Any other question? And if you want to like, if you want to use ChatGPT, because ChatGPT is like very very expensive, you can use Gemini, you can use Grok, but Grok will like finish your money. So Gemini, OpenAI, different models, different APIs. So yeah, that's it. So just to like summarize, backend majorly is building APIs, handling your servers, and then doing the whole logic and the hard code behind the scenes. So I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and I hope with this you can like use AI to be like your best friend, and then create whatever you want to create. Just about you to dream about it, and then AI can create it. Thank you.
Hi guys. Are we already tired? Are we tired? I understand. I understand. All right, so we are almost done. He's the last speaker and we are wrapping up already. Hope we learned a lot today. Hope we learned a lot. Hope you're not saying yes so that you just go home. I actually believe that you guys learned a lot because all our speakers did justice to their different session. Am I wrong? Good, thank you so much. So right now I'm going to invite the first speaker for him to just wrap up everything, okay? And then we are going to have a little bit exercise and there's going to be freebies. I know you're gonna like that. So after him, one of the organizers is going to come up. She's going to ask us a few questions based on what we've learned so far, and then there's going to be free gifts and other things that Inspire has in store for all of us. You're going to get information on that so that we can follow up from what we've learned today. We can't just stop here, right? If we stop here, you've not really gotten the full value, and I know that all of us want to get the full value. So I'm going to invite him right now. So let's welcome Winan to the stage.
Shegun, I don't tire, ba? Okay. Feeling is mutual. Anyways, we've gone through all the stages of software developments. We've gone through the design, we've gone through the front end, back end, and also using app. That's the Flutter. So in general, I know even if you've not had an idea of tech, you generally have what tech is about now, software development is. And the first time I went for a talk like this also, I had to pick, like in my head, I was like, which one is easier? Which one is more difficult? Let me save you the time. No one is easier, no one is more difficult. Each of them are hard and easy in their own way. You just have to know the kind of person you are. If you're more of a logical person and you still like design small, you can go for front end. If you're full on creative and you don't want to think of code, but you can do research, you can go for design. If you just like the API, you just want to be the one at the back handling everything and the functionalities, back end is for you. But I assure you, whatever track you choose, if you are in it for the passion, if you are in it for the money, my dear, you will get both. You just have to be really, really hardworking and stay on the path. And as much as you might be thinking I can do both of them, it's highly possible. We have full stack developers here. There's people who both partake in front end and back end. But personally, I would advise just whichever is the one that ignited the fire in you, please come for the workshop and participate in that. And give yourself a chance and see how big you yourself can grow. Just like you saw things we did here with ChatGPT, and if I was in your shoes, I'd want to practice the same. Let me know if I can also do it without even having that much knowledge. So that's what the workshop is for. So again, on behalf of the dev team, we really thank you guys for coming and being here and watching all of us demonstrate and show our magic. And we're hoping you've picked interest, and we hope to see you at the workshop. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone. Why are we so quiet? I hope you had fun. Hope you learned a lot. Are you just saying it because, I'm going to find out? Yeah, okay. So let's just do a little exercise. So we had 4 speakers and they talked about different things. But I just want to be sure that we learned something and we have take home. So I just have little gifts for anyone that gets it right. So are we ready? Are we are we ready? No, it's simple questions, so it's not that difficult. So my first question, right? So if you know the answer, the first to put up your hand, is that fine? So they mentioned different AI tools that you can use. So if you can just mention 2. Apart from the speakers, apart from our speakers, we can just mention 2 AI tools, and the speakers are here to confirm that you're correct. So who is the? I think it was her. Okay, yes. Please clap for her. Okay, this is our little gift. You can have it. think it's a special pen. Please, can you give it to the winner? No, it's not ghetto. I give it. Okay. You're welcome there. My second question is, what is the most important part of using AI? Okay. No, it's fine. You still got it. Thank you so much. You guys are really listening now. That's nice. So the third one is very funny. I don't know if you're even paying attention. But what's the name of the UI UX designer that spoke? It's not brother Rina. What's his surname? sorry. What's his surname? Yes, please clap for him. Clap for him now. Is it easy? Okay, so the fourth, I just have 5 questions. I already asked 3. So the fourth and the fifth, I just need to know to learn. So if 2 people can just give me like their take home. Their take home today, what you learned today. Yes. Can I hear you? He's your best friend. Wow. Oh, that's nice. Please clap for her. Yes. Is this friend that you want? Yes, another person, please. You're welcome. Just anybody. Stanley. Do you have something to tell us? Okay. Okay. So what's your name? What's your name? Desmond. Okay. Nice. Please clap for him. You can have your pen. This. I'm so sorry. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't worry, I'll give you your own pen. Okay. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed this seminar, and it doesn't just end here. So they've been mentioning for a while now that we have a workshop, a follow-up, but it's a paid workshop, right? So this is just the tip of the iceberg. They're going to elaborate on everything that they've taught here. So you're learning hands-on training, and then they're also going to teach you how you're going to make money with what you've learned. So please, I urge everyone to be part of the workshop. It's supposed to be a month from today, right? A month from today, but more details will be communicated. So if you're interested, please, after the event, you can meet me at the back there so we can discuss. Then secondly, do we have the flyer? Is it available? Okay, so we have a free training. I think for 3 courses. Yes, we have a free training that is supposed to be happening very soon, probably as soon as next week. More like scholarship-based for people that want to learn video editing, motion design, and AI content creation. So if you're interested, and preferably if you have a laptop, but I'm not saying if you don't have a laptop, you should not come, you should not show interest, but if you have a laptop, preferably, if you want to be part of it, you can also meet me after the event, and then we discuss. Okay, so I hope you, and then you can also invite your friends for the workshop. It's not just people that are here presently. So you can invite your friends for the workshop, and just let's build a community. You know, I'm sure you learned a lot today, and you will learn more, many more when you come for the workshop. Because we're not going to be doing all this time, even though we work with time, but there'll be enough time to teach you more. So I'm hoping to see everyone for the workshop, right? Right? This one, the energy one, is it because I said it's a paid? Is it because I said it's a paid workshop? Oh, the money is not, it's just chicken change now. You guys have money now. So it's just small money, it's nothing serious, but we need you to be there. We need you to learn everything. I'm sure the fact that you showed interest today shows that you want to learn more, right? Thank you so much, and I hope everybody got refreshment, right? During the break, everybody got to, because some people went out, so I don't know. Okay, but if you did not get, you can meet me also after the event. Thank you so much. And it was really lovely having everyone seated here, gracing our event. And I hope to see you soon. Have a lovely evening. Bye.